Good afternoon, this is David Wendell with Bushcraftonfire, and I want to talk to you today about a couple of modifications that I've been doing to my ponchos. Now this poncho, a lot of people have commented on this because it's a bright orange. This was a gift from a good friend of mine, and so I kind of like it. It's a nylon poncho. But one of the things that I can show you on this poncho, it has grommets on the ends. But if I wanted to use this as a shelter out in the bush, there's a problem that it doesn't have any grommets in the center. So what I want to do is to put a couple of grommets. Got a few grommets from the store. You can buy these for about $2 for a pack of them. And this is a punch. It makes a hole through the material that you're going to put the grommets in. And this is the little tool that they give you to close the grommets up, and we'll show you how to use that in a few minutes. But what I did at first was I put a mark right in the center of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my punch on that mark, and I'm just going to hit it once. Now you can use a piece of leather under here if you're doing it on a hard surface, but because I'm on a piece of wood, that'll punch right through, make a nice hole. Take the grommet, and there's two parts to a grommet. This part fits inside, this part fits on the outside of the other piece. So what I want to do is take that outside piece, put through here, and stretch that material over the top. That's going to get the material so that it's around the grommet. Then I'm going to take and I'm going to put the other piece through that, just like that. Now you can see that there's little grooves, and what this tool does that I've got, turn that over, put it on our material, is that tool will go ahead and spread those out. You don't want to hit it too hard because you don't want to break your grommet. But you can see, there we go, that's spread those rings, the splits out, and we've got our grommet in place. So a nice little thing. Now I've got 6 tie-offs on here. Well, I wanted to do this to another poncho that I'm going to be carrying with me on the Minimalist trip, and so let me show you what I did there. And I also had some other things I needed to do to fix this poncho up for the trip, and I'll show you those. Alright, now this is another poncho, and this is a heavier duty. This is kind of a rubberized material, and I'm going to take this with me. This is a Stearns poncho. I got this about 15-16 years ago, so it's pretty well used. And you can see that I put the grommets on here, and what I did on this one, because it is pretty long, this one will cover me easily, is it had grommets on the end, so I put 2 equidistant in the center for tie-offs. But I found that there were some problems because this poncho was older, in that there were some holes. I'm going to hold this up and see if you can see through that. Can you see through that hole there? I can see through it pretty well from this side. And so what I did was I took some swimming pool repair kit and I put over that hole. Now normally this small hole wouldn't make any difference in a poncho situation, but if I was using this as a tarp, then I wouldn't want that hole there because that would add rain leakage. So what I did, I filled that hole, and I'm going to come back now with that patch on the back, and I'm going to take some seam sealer. This is called the Seam Grip and Outdoor Repair, and you can buy this for about $3 or $4. What I'll do is I'll just take my knife, come in here, make a small hole, and then I will take that seam sealer and apply it to where that patch was. Now this is on the opposite side. The patch is on the inside. I put the seam sealer on the outside. Then I'll just take a brush, smooth that seam sealer on there, and let it set up. So again, not real pretty, but it's going to keep it from having any more problems. I had a couple other holes in there. One's right here. You can see this was actually kind of a rip. We'll do the same thing. Put a little bit of seam sealer on there. Brush it out. I don't know if you can hear it today. It's very, very windy out here. So I hope this video is coming across well. And let that seam sealer set up. One other thing that I'm doing here, since I'm treating this tarp, is I am sealing up where the opening comes for the head as well. There's a little zipper part on here, so I'm throwing seam sealer over that as well. And that will keep this from leaking anywhere. Since I plan on possibly using this as a shelter, then I want to use it and treat it totally so that there aren't any leaks anywhere on it for me. So that is a couple of modifications that I've made on my poncho, and just thought since I was doing it, I'd share it with you here on YouTube. It's real possible you have an older poncho that has some problems. Don't throw them out. They can be repaired pretty easily. And do take and put grommets on there. You never know when you're going to need an extra shelter out in the bush, especially if you don't have very much with you. So this is David Wendell with Bushcraftonfire. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Hope you've gleaned a couple of things off it. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon on another video.